What is up, people? Welcome to episode 3 of my Solasta Crown of the Magister Scavenger Ironman mode playthrough. In episode 2, we found Caer Lem outpost. It was attacked by Sorax. Everybody was murdered except for a few people that are hidden in the outpost. And now we got to get some answers here. So, first things first, before we get started, we're going to take a short rest. We are going to be entering into a pretty nasty combat depending on how you time it. So we want to make sure we have our spell slots and our hit points up to speed, because we're not going to be able to take a long rest beforehand. After that, we're going to do some looting. We got a weapon rack and a chest in here, and then we're going to start questioning the 3 different people. So we got Daliet, the rogue scout guy. We got Robar, which is the fighter dude down by the chest, and we got Lisbeth, which is the chick sitting on the boxes. Once we talk to all of them, we're going to then figure out exactly who we want to side with or who we want to press for information. And then we got to figure out exactly what we're going to do. Now, this game is set up that there's achievements for who you rescue from this outpost. So I highly recommend, if you're one of those completionists, save the game, talk to somebody, see the outcome, start back over in your save, do something different, see the outcome to unlock all your achievements. And then you'll know who you end up with at the end of this. And then you can decide on who's your favorite people to take out of here. Now, I will tell you, depending on who you rescue from here, will actually come back to affect your quest lines down the road. It's not a big deal, but just keep that in mind. All right, so now the chest, we're going to make sure we're guided, because having guidance is amazing. Getting an extra 1d4 on your rolls. And we're going to open up this baby. And got a potion. That's probably a giant strength potion in there. We got all of this fun stuff. And after this, we'll start talking to everybody. We'll talk to Robar and then Lisbeth, and then we'll go talk to Daliet. And then after that, we have to figure out what the heck we're going to do.
Hey there.
Hi, name's Robar Sharp.
So you're the old sweat of the group, huh?
Yeah, but I'm not in charge, mind you.
So you fought at Sandreed too?
Oh yeah, got the scars from rebel arrows to prove it.
Oh, those damn skirmishers. They gave me a few holes too.
Well, if we survive Sandreed, we'll both make it through this.
That's the plan.
Isn't the commentary in this game riveting?
This Lieutenant Stonebeard. Is she up to the job?
Clearly not. Look around. Losing the captain broke her.
How about Lisbeth? You're her superior?
Good woman. Strong, brave. You can trust her with a sword. That's worth something in my book.
What do you think of Daliad?
Never liked him. He's hiding something. He's been nervous since we came back from the Badlands. But it'd be no good picking a fight with him now.
I understand.
So what do you think we should do?
For starters, not wait in here for the Sorax to come back and off us.
But Stonebeard says stay. And she's an officer, so...
Yeah, she's a stubborn one. And mutiny's a bad look on a soldier. You could talk to her. Deputy of the council and all.
So if we find a way, you're with us?
I'm with myself. But don't let that stop you.
So basically, Robar has his little girlfriend Lisbeth who he likes, but he can't stand Daliet and Lieutenant Stonebeard. So there's that. All right, let's go talk to this cheery little gal over
Now
here.
it's my turn, right?
What do you mean?
What is this? A murder investigation?
Should we be investigating?
Maybe.
Speak up then.
Well, let's say this all happened after a certain expedition.
Spit it out.
The scouts. They came back from a raid into the Badlands, found a ruin, came back with loot. The next day, this happens. Coincidence? You tell me. Only one of them's still alive. Daliat.
Dun, dun, dun. So, the scouts brought something back, eh? So now we get to go talk to the cheerful Daliet. He's probably more cheery than Lisbeth is, to be quite honest with you.
So who are you, friend?
Daliat Sunbird Scout.
Do you believe they were Sorax?
Dunno. Seemed real, though.
What do you think they wanted?
To kill us all.
Not big on talk, eh?
I'm having a pretty bad day, so if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna rest now.
Is it me, or didn't he like that last question?
Right. We need to make a decision here. They're either crazy or stupid. No use to us in either case.
We have enough to make our report to the council, so let's get going.
This place is a death trap. We should get out while we can. So everyone has an opinion, but what are we going to do?
And what about Daliat? We've got some pretty worrying hints about him. What if he really is hiding something important?
We need to talk to him and find out the truth.
Alright, so at this point, you can talk to certain people. So this is where it's going to change what the outcome of your decision is, right? So you can go talk to Stonebeard here, and right here is where you can kind of choose if you
What
want
now?
to, you know, overthrow her and take over, or let her stay in charge.
Sorry,
And
we'll
then
come back
if you
later.
don't want to do that,
You do that.
then you can go to Daliet, talk to him, or you can go to Lisbeth, or you can talk to Robar. So depending on who you talk to is going to change the outcome. So this is at that point where the decision of who you talk to and what happens is going to change a lot of things. Now, you got to be careful with Daliet, because if you suck at your dice rolls,
We need
you
to
can
talk.
actually get into a fight with him and have to kill him.
Do we?
About this trip into the Badlands.
That's what we do here.
The Sorax attacked after you came back.
So what? I brought them here?
Did you bring something back?
We always do. Like the scavengers. Ask Sharp. He has tons of things brought back from there.
But maybe this time you took something special.
It's nothing of value to Sorax.
How would you know?
Let's see if we can convince him.
Trust us. We're all on the same side here.
It's just an old book. Might be of historical value. Take it then, and find a way to get us out of here. Hey, what's that? Hey!
Now you get to see a Sorak firsthand. So, as you can see, Robar died. And so, by going this path, after we get into this fight, we have to see who ends up being in our party afterwards. So, we're going to use a bunch of range attacks on this guy. And we're going to miss. And then with her, we're going to come up and we're going to pop him with our famous little venom spike. So again, I'm trying to conserve my spell slots and everything because I know I'm going to be getting into a more gnarly fight a little bit down the road here. And we'll use our crossbow, take another pop shot at him. And then, so on his turn, so we're going to action surge here, try and do it. The reason I action surge is because action surge resets on a short rest. So we have time to take another short rest before our next fight if I want to get action surge back, or we can just move forward without it. So we're going to do a little firebolt on this bad boy. And then on his turn, he's going to usually throws little javelins at us, whatever the heck that is, and then he climbs up a wall. Alright, another cup of fire. Bing! I suck. And then, we're gonna go again! Venom Spike!
Natura enjo.
Come on, baby.
Almis.
Boom! Alright. Alright, alright. Here we go. Can we finish him? And he's dead. Okay. So now, we're gonna see what happens after the victory here.
Robar, no!
I'm sorry.
You. This is all your fault.
Don't you think it's time to stop bickering?
Soldiers die. You should know that.
Don't be fooled. The Sorax are responsible, and many others will fall if we don't report to the council.
You people, just leave me alone.
So, by selecting what you
came
did,
from
you're
here.
going to roll with
Look.
What's this?
Dahliet
secret
and
passage?
Stonebeard.
From Imperial times.
That was just a scout. More will be coming.
They're here. They're coming back. Outside!
We need to go. Take your stuff. Into the secret passage before it's too late.
All right. So, now we have to crawl through the dirt here into the secret passage. We can't go through the outpost anymore, so we got to find a different way out of here. And now we have Lieutenant Stonebeard and Dahliet on our group. Now, very, very important to know if you're playing this on Iron Man mode like I am playing this. If your NPCs die, it's game over.
This one
So
didn't
just
die
keep that in
yesterday.
mind.
What's this outfit?
Timarian.
Who wants to open this?
You never know. There might be a fortune in there.
So if you're playing it on non-Iron Man mode, if they die, you got to start over from your last save. But just keep that in mind that if any NPC that you pick up into your party happens to die, you can't resurrect them. It's game over. So with your party members, as long as you have a resurrection scroll on somebody, you can resurrect somebody, or a revive scroll, or a heal spell or something like that. But when it comes to the NPCs that are tagging along with you, they're dead. Ooh, get a little good loot here. So you can see this says magnificent. Anytime you see the word magnificent or superior or something like that, that's a good sign that it's going to be magical. And so at this point you can identify it, or you can do detect magic to show what's magical and then do identify. I always like to run the detect magic every once in a while, detect all the magic, and then once I do that, then I'll identify everything that has a little question mark in the top right hand corner. That way I just kind of know everything that's classified as magical, so I can make sure to identify it.
Wait. Think they're Sorax?
Who else?
Right out of a fairy tale, as ugly as life.
And certainly not lizard folk.
We can surprise them. Can't we sneak around?
From what I see, not a chance.
All right. Tread lightly, and we all attack at once.
Alright, so this is the fight I was telling you about. It's a pretty beefy fight if you don't have a lot of your spell slots and whatnot. You do have the help of Dahliet and the help of Stonebeard, but to be quite honest, Dahliet is pretty wasted. He has some range attacks. He's not great. Stonebeard's pretty darn good because she has some pretty decent spells, and in 5th edition, if you're stealthing, or if you're sneaking or whatever, you're cautious in this game, then you get advantage on your attack. So what I like to do is kind of make them come to me and pick them off with range attacks. So I like to come over here into the left, and it's dark. We should be lighting this up to give to help with disadvantage if certain characters don't have dark vision. But my favorite thing to do is to use while hidden is to use Stonebeard to cast her Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt does like 46 at level 1, and so have an advantage to hit, to guarantee you're hitting with a Guiding Bolt. It's a pretty beefy hit this low level, and so that's what I like to do with her. And then with Dahliet, we do some range attacks. So what I'm trying to do is just pick them off during the surprise round, and then you can see there's things hanging from the ceiling, so I'm trying to see if I can hit some of those to knock them down. So here's one I did where boom, and it falls down on top of them. It does some damage and knocks them prone, so it's a nice little thing. But since we're doing ranged, if something is lying on the ground knocked prone, range attacks actually get disadvantage, which is kind of crappy. So it is now the Druid's turn. We're just going to go ahead and hold a cantrip action in case something comes to us. And then with Dahliet, we're going to hold melee. And then here we go. We're going to use a crossbow. Since we are hidden, we get advantage. And Looks like we stayed hidden on that one, so that's good. Everybody else is surprised, which is great. That's why we always want to start every encounter cautious, because getting a free round to do some little extra damage is going to make or break your survival, especially on Ironman mode, scavenger mode, etc. So here we go. I'm trying to get her in position, and then I'm going to line it up to cast the spell that I'm looking for here. So I'm moving up. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to upcast this to do more damage, because again, I'm currently in cautious mode. So I'm going to upcast it, so whatever I hit, it's going to do 5d6. And because I get advantage, I'm pretty likely to hit. So boom, right there. And you can see I almost took that thing down in one hit. So really like Stonebeard for this fight for this reason, because she really helps to take out some of the creatures pretty quick, because like I said, we haven't taken a long rest in a while, so we're running pretty low on some of our spell slots at this point. Alright, Firebolt. So Firebolt is like one of the longest range of cantrips in D&D 5th edition. So it goes 150, I think is the range on it, 150 feet. So you can imagine 150 feet is a pretty long range when most spells are 30 feet, 60 feet. So I love having Firebolt on my casters just because of the range. Guiding Bolt is also super long as well. That's why that thing can hit from super far away. So at this point, we got 2 dead. And we got 3 left, I do believe. Dow yet, Mr. Worthless, but hey, why not? And then we'll do some range attacks, try and take out some of these other guys here. And because we're so low level, everyone only gets 1 attack at this point, and so it makes it very time consuming to try and pick off a group of 5 when all you're doing is using your cantrips and 1 range attack or 1 melee attack. So that's why Stonebeard is so helpful in this fight, because her spells can pretty much just like almost one-shot somebody, or at least hurt them pretty bad. So you can see I have to relocate. Where I'm standing right now isn't going to give me the ability to hit anybody. And so I'm trying to relocate to see who I can hit. So I don't want to break hidden, so I'm just going to load up a ready action. I'm going to ready a cantrip. And then that way I'll be able to use it when I actually have range on something, instead of trying to move up and put this person out of position. Because like I said, if I move Stonebeard close, they're all going to attack Stonebeard, and if they kill her, it's GG for me. And since I'm playing in Ironman mode, I got to start all over. So you can see I kind of click where I want to move to see the line, to see what I can hit if I move to that position. So it's always good to, when you have your movement up, put your cursor in the box you want to move to, and then look at the lines. The lines are going to show you what you have line of sight on. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have a spell that's going to be able to hit something, because just because you have line of sight doesn't mean that you have an ability that's able to hit something that far away. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes I'm like, oh sweet, if I move here, I'm going to be able to hit this guy. And then I go to cast a spell and I can't because it's out of range. So just keep that in mind. This is not telling you that you're able to hit it. It's telling you that you have line of sight on the creatures that are within that line. So we're still just wrecking people from up here. Very methodical in this fight. I mean, if you're not playing on Ironman mode, you could just run right in and kind of do melee attacks. I just am trying to be extremely methodical in this fight, solely because I don't want to die. And I don't have a lot of spell points, so I'm trying to be very stingy on what I'm casting and when, to make sure I can get through this and not risk anything at this point. we're still super low level here, so the likelihood of dying is pretty high, and we don't want to do that. Bam! Man, that's painful. So there's another guy down. So we got 2 left. Then once we get through this fight, we can finally take a rest. Alright, another one dead. We got one, and then there was one. One guy left here. So we can't get to him this turn. This guy, I should be able to cast a spell on him with this guy here. Yep, move up. Little cantrip action, because that's all I got left. I burned all my abilities. All my spells are gone. Venom spike action. Gotta switch over because you gotta have a free hand when you cast spells to do your somatic components. A little thunder wave. Boom. This is right up in my grill. Dahlia, you finally did something. Good for you. Alright, and then Mr. Fighter Boy here. You should be able to finish the job if I actually hit him. Oh, he's out of range. Alright, this should be GG right here. Oh, I missed! See what advantage does? Having advantage makes it so much better because the likelihood you're going to miss with advantage is much, much lower. Alright. And bye-byes. Alright. So that was the combat. We made it out pretty much unscathed. We're going to loot up here a little bit, and then we're going to take ourselves a nice long rest because the next fight is probably the first most difficult fight you're going to play in this game, just given your level. And so stay tuned for episode 4 where we try and take on the hardest fight we got, and we'll get into that in that episode. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. Please leave your comments below. Give us a like. If you want to stay tuned for the next episode, make sure you subscribe and click the little bell. That way you're notified when I put on the next episode. And we're going to clean up here a little bit, take a long rest, and we'll see you next time. This is Van from the VaniverseGaming channel. Cheers, and peace out.